ReefBum is sponsored by Bulk Reef Supply and Ecotech Marine.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? And welcome to our October live sale. Thank you, everybody, for joining me on this Saturday afternoon. I see there's a bunch of people tuning in. And, so I wanted to start this the stream off with the incredibly sad news. In case you didn't hear, Jake Adams tragically passed away a couple of days ago, and I wanted to start off by just passing along my condolences to Jake's wife and the rest of his loved ones. This is just devastating news. It's a tremendous blow to the hobby. It's like unfathomable. And he was perhaps the most recognizable, most iconic person in the reef keeping hobby, who was so knowledgeable, so passionate about what he did day in and day out. And this is really a huge loss for the hobby. Just a huge loss for the hobby. I really got to know Jake, when he started to appear on my Rapping with ReefBum live streams. And, we briefly met once in person a number of years ago at a Reefapalooza in New York event. And he graciously agreed to be interviewed by me for an interview for a video that I was doing. And he didn't know who the hell I was. But he didn't flinch, when I asked him to say a few words about the show for my videos. So he was just so enthusiastic about that, and he didn't know who the crap I was, so I think that that just says a lot about him. Jake was a newer reef keeping buddy of mine, and there is a big hole in my heart right now, which says a lot about the man, given the short period of time that I really knew him well and that we were friends. So, quite frankly, I was thinking about postponing this live sale because I was just, I was rocked. My world was rocked, and And for those of you that know, knew Jake even more so than I did for many more years, and knew him really, 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 really well, I just can't imagine, and I can't imagine what his wife is going through, the rest of his family. So I hope you join me in passing along your thoughts and prayers to his wife and family. There will be a GoFundMe page for his wife Windsor, and Amanda Mickley is going to be sending me that link as soon as it becomes available. In fact, Amanda, if you do want to post it into the chat if you're watching, go ahead and do that, and we'll make sure that it makes the rounds. And I see there's a lot of folks commenting about him being missed, and this one's for you, Jake. Rest in peace, man. Oh boy. Oh boy. So anyway, I think this is gonna be helpful for me to do this because it's gonna get my mind off of what's happened, and at least for a couple hours. So I think this will it kind of helps to keep on reefing, despite what's been despite the news that we all learned about a couple of days ago. So yeah, I again I want to thank you folks for joining the live sale, and as you can see, I've got the rules posted here. If you want to check out the detailed rules, just visit reefbum.com/live sale. And if you want to purchase corals, shop for corals, you could visit reefbum.com/shop live sale. It's on the WYSIWYG section of the website. So I'm going to be running this this video, and you will see each frag will have an item number that will be on the live sale shopping page. So to buy frag, you got to make sure that you put it into your cart and you complete the checkout process. And you got to check out. You just can't keep it in the cart. So in terms of shipping, there's a couple of different options. You could buy a $50 shipping module, or if you believe you're going to be making purchases under $350, then you need to buy that shipping module. If you purchase more than $350 and you do purchase that shipping module, don't sweat it. I'm going to give you a refund on that shipping module. I can never figure it out exactly, the best way to do it in terms of the shipping module, but I can guarantee you that you will not get screwed, and that I will make sure that you're whole in terms of the shipping cost. So if you want to buy the shipping module in advance, do so. If you go over that $350, qualify for the free shipping, then I will give you that refund. But I will be in touch with everybody that makes purchases during the live sale tomorrow morning to arrange for delivery. If you want to shop during the live sale and you want to buy individual frags, and so you go check out, make the purchase, complete the purchase for one frag, and then you see another frag that you like, then the next time you check out, just make sure you select adding to an order for the shipping options to avoid paying additional shipping charges. So just make sure you do that. And for those of you that see stuff and you're not sure if you want to make the purchase on the live sale today and it's still available, all these frags will be on sale through Wednesday, October 26th. So if you're not watching this live and you're catching this tomorrow or a few hours after this live stream ends, then you could still take advantage of the sale prices. But of course, if somebody snags something, then that frag will be gone. So any questions out there in terms of the rules of the road for the live sale? Please drop them in the chat. All right, so I'm gonna get rolling on this thing. If anybody sees any problems or issues with the frags on the website, then let me know. I could always try to pivot, stop the live sale, and fix it. But we should be good to go. So let me just do a couple of things here. get us ready. All right, and we're off and rolling here. So the first frag up for grabs, surprise, surprise, is an LPS, not an SPS. Like I'm always hyping up the SPS. This is the Aqua SD Ultra Alveopora, and it's a beautiful algae that is homegrown. I've had it for a number of years. Just really super cool, and I think it's what 2 inches in terms of the size of this. So it's a beautiful alveopora, very very hardy, and frags do well in all of my systems. So certainly worth the while there. What do we got coming up next? We have the such a cool coral, kind of like a bonsai coral, the BC Joker 2.0. And yes, thanks, Ken Anderson. It's a I'm not sure if you're talking about the BC Joker or not. No, you're talking about the Aqua Ultra Alveopora. But the BC Joker is probably my favorite bonsai that I've ever had. It's striking, and you're going to see the mother colony in a second. So it's a centerpiece coral in my tank, and yeah. So I got this one from Dong, the frag from Dong. So it's got some good genes. Dong is the man. This is the BC Hyperberry. In terms of strawberry shortcakes, I've said this before, I'll say it again. Probably one of the more impressive strawberry shortcakes you're ever going to see out there. This particular Hyperberry frag is 1 1/4 inches tall, multi-branch. You could save 20% on it. So it's cool. I've also put a frag in my Peninsula tank as a backup in case I ever lose it in the other tank. Sean, yeah, that's a good question. That's a good question in terms of Dong's prices. All right, the ORA Red Planet. This is the only frag of the Red Planet I have in the live sale. In fact, it might be the only frag I have available on my whole website. It's it encrusted like crap in my other tank, and so I didn't get a lot of fraggable branches on it. But I did have a big frag of it that I was planning on planting into my 187-gallon tank, but didn't have any room for it. I put about 43 frags in that tank, and I'll have to do an updated video on that now that I've gotten the regal angelfish out of that tank. It was nipping the crap out of all my frags, but he's going to a new home. This is a frag of the Upscale's Microcladus. It's a really cool, just I mean, that's not really fake in terms of the coloration on that thing. Thing is like bright neon green with like purple polyps and some purple lavender tips. It's a kick-ass frag. I think it's the only frag of the Microcladus that I have in this live sale. There's the mother colony. It's a multi-branch, 1-inch long frag. All right, what do we got up next here? One of my favorites that I got from Chris Meckley at ACI Aquaculture, the ACI Pink Spathulata. I mean, this thing is sick in terms of the got the green polyps, the pink corallites. I initially thought it was a millie, but Chris corrected me and pointed out that it's a spathulata. So this thing is a beautiful coral. This is a multi-branch frag, and it's a how big is it? It's 1 inch tall, but it's a multi-branch, and there's the mother colony on that thing, so you can kind of see the coloration on it. Pretty sick. Good old purple slimer. Good old purple slimer. Good old fashioned purple slimer. This is a huge chunky frag that I have available. It's 1.5 inches long, and as you can see, it is a fully encrusted frag of the purple slimer. So it, it's like a staghorn, and it also develops like kind of like these yellowish tips on the coral lights. So it's really neat. There's a picture of the mother colony in my 187-gallon display when I had it in the display. What do we got next? We have another classic Monty, the Superman montipora. Such a cool coral, bright red polyps, purple skin, and yeah, I've talked about this before, but I've got a mother colony of it in my peninsula tank on the floor of the bare bottom on the tank. So it just adds a really nice bright splash of color, I think, to the tank. It just looks very red, and when you get up close to it, you can kind of see the purple on it. So yeah. What's next? What do we got next? We have another classic, an ORA Hawkins frag. This is the only frag that I have in the live sale. I had a lot of this in my 187-gallon tank, and then I moved it all out, and I put the mother colony in the peninsula tank in an area with really high flow, and it did not like that, and it started to STN on me. So I fragged the crap out of it, saved a whole bunch of frags, and this is one of them. That was a while ago, so it's doing well, but yeah. So I don't have as many of the Hawken frags as I used to. What's up next? We have another ACI coral, the ACI Emerald Forest, bright neon green crusting montipora that I got from Chris at ACI. It grows really aggressively for me, but it's gentle, it doesn't really harm any other corals. So again, if you're looking for a splash of color, then this is certainly something. Montipora are a lot more forgiving, I feel, than other SPS and acroporas. So it's a good one to put into a relatively new reef tank, and it'll give you some slack in terms of different conditions and adapting to different conditions in the tank. Irie lime in the sky. This is a staghorn coral. It's a super green. It kind of reminds me of the Bally Green Slimer, but it's got, you kind of seeing the tip there in the skin. It's got a little baby blue in the skin, and that will also develop sometimes in the tips of this coral. So this is a pretty big piece. This one is almost 2 inches tall, 1 3/4 inch. Mouse is getting stuck. I don't want that to happen. This is call this a ReefBum Gold Medal Millie. This is another one I got from Dong, a Millie. Dong's like, you know what? I don't know what it's called. Give it a name. So I named it the ReefBum Gold Medal Millie. It's really cool. It's got the golden polyps, the kind of yellowish gold, golden coral lights and kind of brownish reddish polyps. So it's neat, man. I dig Millies. Millies are so cool. That's the mother. All right, up next, another ACI coral. I was Chris did me solid on my couple of visits to their place down in Plant City, Florida. This is an ACI Manila Spy. This was actually featured by Jake in Reef Builders. It's an acropora, but it's like this cool reddish, orangey reddish color that just branches out. It grows so fast for me. It really does. I think I picked up a frag of this from Chris back in April, and I got more frags than I know what to do with. Really, very aggressive. You can see that's part of like one of the mother colonies that have developed for me. All right, up next, we've got a chunky Sexy Corals Orange Passion multi-branch. This is 1.5 inches tall. So it's again one of those kind of, I guess you would call it a classic rainbow tenuous that's been around in the hobby for a long time, and I've had the piece for a very long time, and yeah, if you're into the rainbow tenuous thing, then this is a good piece to snag. Here's the mother colony. Again, this was a former shot when my tank in the 187-gallon tank was in all its glory. Cali Tort. Cali Tort. I always have a Cali Tort in my reef tank. The Cali Tort's the bluish purplish one. I kind of got off center with the shot on this thing, but this is a huge Cali Tort. It's 2 3/4 inches tall. So if you want to like get a big chunk of this thing and stick in your tank, go for it. It grows really well for me, and it's a you can kind of see the greenish hue in the skin, but it's just deep purple. There's a shot of a mother colony on the coral. So I think it's one of the corals that you can see from across the room, which I think is really important for a reef tank in terms of the looks. All right, this is a new frag that I have available. It's the ReefBum's Pearlberry, and I got this one from Abe at Coral Euphoria. He thought it was an ORA Pearlberry, but he and I kind of went back and forth, and we were like, you know what? It doesn't look exactly like an ORA Pearlberry, but it's sick, man. It's a sick looking coral, and he picked it up originally from ReefBum's coral. So he named it, I think, the ReefBum's ORA Pearlberry. But I mean, look at that. That's in my Peninsula tank under LEDs. It just glows. It just freaking glows. I don't know if other folks think it's a Pearlberry or not, but I don't think it is based on what I've seen for my Pearlberries in the past. Classic Milka Stylo. I know this is one of Jake Adams' favorite corals out there. He always talked about the Milka Stylo and how classic it is, and it's a coral that you could really get on a relatively cheap price, and it's just it's a looker, just in terms of that purple coloration. It's gorgeous. I have a couple of really big colonies of this thing in both of my tanks, and I think this could be a centerpiece coral for any tank. Doesn't have to be the designer fancy name type of coral. This is something new that I just started fragging. I've had this the TGC cherry bomb for a few years, and the mother colony, was sort of dormant for a while, but it finally started getting big enough to start fragging. And I like to start fragging some colonies when they get to a certain size to try to spur on more growth. So I think in some instances fragging can spur on more growth. So even if the colony is a young colony like what you're seeing right there, I think if you frag it, then you can maybe speed it along a little bit more. But it's a red tenuous. I mean, how often do you see a red tenuous? So pretty cool. This is another classic coral. I love the classic SPS, the Crayola plana. I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's it's sick, man. It's got purple tips. It's got those green polyps. It's got the kind of cream color in the base. It's kind of hard to see with the frags, but as you're going to see in the mother colony, it's also a table, and I'd be digging tables. Those to me just are classic in terms of what a reef looks like with a table and having that in your tank. So yeah, that's what I like. All right, we got a nice chunky Walt Disney frag, multi-branch Walt Disney. It's a 1 1/4 inch long frag. Look at that polyp extension on that thing. Look at that polyp extension. That thing is just blowing in the breeze. Really healthy frag, chunky frag, great coloration on it. This is under halides, but I also have it on my in my LED system, and it looks just as good under the LEDs, and grows just as fast under the LEDs. The multicoloration on that mother colony. Okay, what do we got here? We've got a PC Superman table. I finally started fragging this a few months ago. It was available in my last live sale. I've got limited frags available for the PC Superman table, but bright red, you know. So it's a bright red table. It's a striking table. Thanks, Blue Reef. So it's a and this is a nice chunky piece. It's a 1 inch tall piece, and there's a picture of the mother colony like 6 months ago or something. So it's grown even more. I don't frag it too often, so there is a limited availability in terms of that. What do we got next? All right, we got another flower pot coral. This is the what I call a glow stick alveopora. So it's one of 3 different alveoporas that I have and available in those live selling in my systems. So it's a bright neon green that has done well under halides and LEDs. Again, it grows really, really well. It's hardy. I can frag the crap out of it, and it just really will rebound very nicely. There's a picture of the mother colony. You know, those frags, the goniopora and the alveopora, are about 2 to 3 inches, depending on how much flow you have in the tank. All right. We got another ACI pink spatulata frag, and this one is a 1 inch tall frag. This is I only have 2 of these frags available in the live sale. I don't frag the colony too often, so it's a limited opportunity to pick up a beautiful piece that was farmed and raised by Chris at ACI Aquaculture. But I dig it because of the pink, seriously pink corallites and the contrasting green polyps. All right, this is the Worldwide Corals Cookie Monster. Yes, I think it's a, we'll see the mother colony. I think it's a Sarmentosa. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly in terms of the scientific name on this thing. It takes a while for the frags to develop that that kind of crimson tip that you could see, but you can see there's another Cookie Monster frag that's more of a fresh cut right next to it. It's got the red kind of what's the crimson polyps, right? But I mean, you know, the green on this thing is like outstanding. It's got very dense formation. It's almost table-like. So I really like it a lot. This is in my my Peninsula tank lit under LEDs. This is the Greg Hiller's Aqua Delight, similar to the Upscale's Microcladus. Got the super bright aqua skin with the purple polyps. It can grow at a pretty good clip. Had this piece for a very long time. I lost it a long time ago, and I sought it out. I went out looking for it to try to like add it back to my collection, and I was able to, and restart the colony. All right. This is the first ever Jason Fox Flame frag that I am ever offering. I had some bad luck with this. I probably picked up 3 or 4 different frags. Never could get them to take. Lost them over the years. So I was determined to finally make this coral work. And, so I've grown it into a little mini colony, and I've been able to start. I've cut a couple of small frags from it. Again, this is kind of a result of me trying to jumpstart a smaller colony to encourage even more growth. But, I guess at this point you would call it a classic SPS, and certainly the price is not what it used to be many years ago when it first came out. So it's a really cool coral. And I did put a frag of it in my peninsula, or no, my 187 gallon tank with a whole bunch of other frags in there. This is such a cool montipora, the ACI dragon fruit. I mean, look at that kind of like blood red skin on it. Got like these neon polyps. I've got the I stuck the mother colony on the floor of my peninsula tank, so it's really neat. There's a shot of the mother colony a while ago. So neat. It's really cool. Grows pretty fast. And again, all these encrusting montes don't really do any harm from what I could tell in terms of the other corals that they butt up against and encrust next to. Here's another Aqua Esti Ultra Alvea Pora. This is the I've only got 2 of these frags in the live sale, so grows like a weed for me. I had like a huge colony of it that I just fragged up into 3 large pieces. So I'm gonna keep one of the larger pieces in the display tank, and hold on to another large piece, and then rehome the others. Rehome the others. All right. Another classic montipora, the Tyree Sunset montipora. Orange skin, bright green polyps. So I just like the I've got like 3 different classic montipora: the Sunset montipora, the Mystic Sunset montipora, and the Superman montipora. I'm not sure if I've got a Mystic Sunset montipora frag in this live sale or not, but I've had these for a while. You can see the mother colony right there. Pretty neat. Don't stick on me, mouse. If I lose my mouse, I'm dead in the water. Here's a another Worldwide Corals Cookie Monster frag. This is a chunky one. It's 1 1/2 inches tall. So gives you a good head start to grow out this beautiful coral. I've never had this type of coral in terms of that what the sarmentosive. That's how you do pronounce it. And I'm really digging it. I like it a lot. That's an older picture of the mother colony. It's gotten a lot bigger in my peninsula tank. Thanks, Bill Saltwater. I'll certainly keep that in mind. I've got my little mini colony on the floor of the tank. Sexy Corals Orange Passion. This is another frag available for sale here, and this is a pretty tall frag, 1 1/2 inches tall. Get really good polyp extension on it. My advice is not to put regal angelfish in your tank, especially when they're small, and only when you got frags. I got the larger regal angelfish in my peninsula tank, and that's pretty much all mature colonies at this point. And he's been a lot better. I can still get good polyp extension. All right, another ACI coral, another favorite of mine, the ACI Light Bright. And oops, bear with me here. I'm wearing multiple hats here, folks, so I gotta like, oops. Hang on. There's the mother colony. Where are we? Number 32. Number 32. All right. I got my act back together here. This is a Worldwide Corals Blueberry Fields. It's the only frag of this that I have in the live sale. It's a I guess you would call it a bonsai coral. Really really neat bonsai coral, but it's different than the other bonsais that I have. And you'll see the mother colony right here. It's got some kind of more cream color as you get closer to the base of the coral, which is nice. All right. This is the first of, I think, 3 different Tyree Red Dragon frags that I have in the live sale. Big Tyree Red Dragon frag. This is 1.5 inches tall, and if you're looking for like some really colorful corals to add, then this should definitely be on your list to consider. Bright pink, bright pink. This is lit under the halides, and I've never had this under my my LEDs, but I imagine it would look pretty spectacular under the LEDs as well. Grows like a weed, and it's smooth skin, so it can be a little temperamental, but a really fast grower for me. I've had this coral in my systems for a very, very long time. All right, this is a BC Aquatic Man table. That I love tables. Make sure that's in there. Somebody wants that coral, let me know, because I'm not sure I've got it in my inventory. Let me make sure here. Yeah, send me a note if you don't see that on the website and you want that. I thought that was there, and if it's not, oh, it's there. It's there. Okay. Sorry about that. This is another coral I got from Dong, the kryptonite tenuous. This is super like burn your retinas, super green, and it grows really fast. I've got a big colony of it in the peninsula tank. So it's a this is a chunky frag that I got for sale right here. Here's the mother colony. The kryptonite tenuous, and you can see it lives up to its name. What do we got next? Ah, the TSA Top Shelf Aquatics Bill Murray. Very aggressive growing table. Very aggressive growing table coral. And it's kind of got the pinkish orangey hue to it. you'll see the mother colony, and I think this was like the first frag in my peninsula tank that grew out and that achieved colony status. And that's an early shot of the colony. Oh, Paul, I didn't know you joined us. Thanks for hanging out for a little bit. Take it easy, dude. There's another picture of the colony there. Another ReefBum gold medal millie that has lineage to Dong. So you know it can't be a bad. This is a 1 1/4 inch frag, and I just love the gold corallites and the reddish brown polyps. And there's even some green. You can see closely, like at the base. There's even some green in there. Kind of see the green in the tips in the mother colony. Hey, Alex, what's happening, man? Thanks, Alex. I hope all is well in Hawaii. Larry Jackson purple tip, another coral that I got from Dong. He's got a lot of classics that I like. So yeah, this is another really cool tricolor coral. Who doesn't like tricolor corals? Well, I guess if you're old school like me, you have your preferences, but I really dig the tricolors. So yeah, it's classic, and it's a good grower, aggressive grower. Love the purple, the green, and the cream. What do we got next? Another ACI Manila Spy frag, and I'll mention it again. It was featured by Jake in Reef Builders as a very unique acropora. Fast grower, bright red. So it's another type of coral that if you're looking to add a splash of color, then this is definitely one to consider. It's fragile though. You got to watch it. If you do a lot of work in your tank and you're getting close to that coral, it's not too hard to frag this thing. And that's exactly what I did when I got it from Chris at ACI. I was messing around with it, putting on a frag plug, and instant frag. Instant frag. And then it spawned many other frags. This is another kryptonite tenuous that I got from Dong. This is a big boy, 1 3/4 inches tall. Bright green, and I've said it before, but I love the bright colors in my reef tank. And under LEDs, like even the blue spectrum, it's going to really radiate color. It's just going to stand out. So if you want like an eye-catching coral, just like a solid neon green, then this is definitely one to consider. I hear you, Alex. Yeah, I was talking about Jake at the beginning of the live stream. Just it's rocked a lot of people's worlds. Another ACI coral, the ACI yellow tip. This is an Austera coral. I've got a few Austera corals, that I like, and I don't have any yellow tips. So, we got a bot here. I gotta deal with this spam bot. There's the mother colony. My favorite acro, the Oregon blue tort. About as blue as they get. About as blue as they get. And this is another coral that I have in every display tank because I just find it so appealing. It's just so bright in terms of the blue coloration on this thing. This is 1 1/4 inches tall. There's one picture of one of the mother colonies that I have. Another Tyree red dragon. Super pink. How big is that one? 1 1/2 inches tall. See what we got coming up next. Mother colony. Yeah, Ryan, better medium to the upper part of the tank, I find, for the Oregon blue torp. Ah, Jackson's rainbow tenuous. This is a gorgeous rainbow tenuous. This is one of the kind of like it before all the crazy rainbow tenuous came out. This was like the one that I thought was really worth the hype. It when you get the right amount of par on it, which it likes more par than not, it will develop these deep red and pink corallites polyps, and you could see that in that shot of the mother colony there. Another sunset Monty frag. This one's already starting to encrust. Sitting right next to a Superman montipora. What we got coming up next here? We have another TSA Bill Murray frag. This one is 1 inch tall, and this one has been established for a little while, so you can kind of see the TSA Bill Murray right next to it. To the left, it's not as deep coloration because there's a lot of growth tips on that piece, but the piece that you're looking at right there, number 47, has been fragged for a while and developing very nice deep coloration that's very similar to that mother colony that you can see picture right there. All right, this is a brand new frag that I just started to frag. This is a piece that originated from North Star's coral, the North Star's pink clathrata, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And this is from Bill from Epic Aquaculture, used to be known as North Star's coral. And so he brought this piece in. But I was able to pick this up from Battle Corals a while ago, and this is in my Peninsula tank, and it's just starting to grow like a weed. And look at how bright pink that thing is. So it just really started taking off for me very well. And I dig them tables. Here's another BC Joker frag. This is a more of a fresh cut Blue Reef. No hot pink Stellaphora. I want to get my hands on one of those things. So if you know a hot pink Stellaphora, let me know. I want to get my hands on one of those things. I used to love those hot pink Stellaphoras. But again, probably one of my favorite. I think you would call this a bonsai coral. I believe it's a bonsai coral. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong on that. Look at how distinct those lime tips are. Another Milka Stylo, another chunky Milka Stylo frag, 1.5 inches tall. And I do believe it's a great centerpiece coral for those of you that are looking for a centerpiece coral, and it's going to grow very nice and fast for you. Be very forgiving. They all right. We got a little. We got another LPS coral here. This is a green Duncan coral. I got a big colony of this in my 187-gallon tank. I like it. A lot of people like the movement of the LPS corals, and I've had this frag for a long time. I don't know how many heads it is. I think it's about 3 inches across. So it's been healed and it's encrusted on the frag plug, so it's good to go. And there's a picture of the mother colony a while ago. I do like the movement. This one is a another pearlberry knockoff, but I call this one the pearlberry knockoff table. I might have gotten this one from Dong as well. I might have gotten this from Dong as well. He wasn't sure. He thought it might have been a pearlberry. But what I quickly learned is that it's got characteristics of the pearlberry. As you can kind of see, there is some kind of pearlescent coloration in those branches. But what you will see in the mother colony, which is what I really like, is that it's a tabling acro right there. So you can kind of see the pearlescent tips, the green branches, dense branching, coral, tabling, coral. All right, what do we got? Oh, another awesome coral from ACI, the ACI Cherry Pie Millie, which is it's bright pink, really cool. I've got this. This is under LEDs, so I've been growing this out in my Peninsula tank. I have a thing for pink montipora. I just love them, and this is kind of a shot a while ago. The colony has gotten much bigger for me. Thanks, Alex, for the interesting note about the pink stylophora. This is the only frag I have available in the live sale of the Tyree Superman Tenuous. This is like a it's got some serious blue coloration in it with the kind of reddish, orangey, brownish polyps, and you can see some green in there. I've had the colony for a while. I had some frags available for sale. I sold them all out, and I just started fragging it again. That's an older picture of the mini colony I had a while back. So this is another coral that I have in all my systems because I like it so much. You know, how many blue tenuous do you see that are out there? Another Cali Tort frag. This one is a fresh cut coral that I cut 2 or 3 weeks ago. So you kind of see with the fresh cuts, you don't see the green. Like to the left of it is another Cali Tort that was has had a lot of time to heal and encrusted on the frag plug. So that's developed a greenish skin. whereas the fresh cut doesn't have that, but it will develop that. Ryan, yeah, Superman's awesome. Part of the mother colony. This is another pink coral that I really like a lot. It's a pink tabling coral and a reef raft unknown pink table. This is another frag that I had got from Dong a long time ago, and I stuck it in my peninsula tank, and it started taking off on me, and has become one of my my favorite corals. I think I've snipped a piece and backed it up in my other system, just to make sure that if it there's a picture of the mother colony. So yeah, pink table, pink millies. Gotta love pink. I probably have too many pink and red corals in my tanks. But you gotta, you gotta keep what you dig in your tanks, right? You gotta keep what you dig in your tanks, and it's all a personalized thing. This is a Tubbs Stellata montipora. I've had this coral for a long time. I had a huge colony in my 187-gallon tank. It grows very aggressively for me. So, but it's another very forgiving coral. It's a stunner in that it has the bright green polyps and the purple skin. So this is another one that you can see from across the room. This is a really old school coral. It's a classic from Wet Thumbs, the mother of pearl. So it's got a lot. It's got a lot of. I think it's an Austera coral, I believe. It's got the purple branches, and it's got the green cream highlights deep inside the branches. It's got the purple coralites. So I can't remember where I acquired this piece from, but the contrast of the colors I think is pretty striking. First home wrecker frag available on the live sale. And this one is an inch tall, but it is a multi-branch home wrecker frag that, yeah, I've probably said this many times, but I think the home wrecker is worth the hype. I've got it both under the halides and the LEDs. I think it's probably more striking under the LEDs. That picture right there is under LEDs, so the fluorescence really comes out a lot for me, more so on the under the LEDs versus the halides. But it still grows very quickly for me under halides. So even at the different par levels, it does well. Another Crayola Plana frag. I sent Jake Adams some frags, and this was one of the frags that he wanted to have. He wanted one of these classic Crayola Plana frags, and it's an old school coral that has been around in the hobby for a very long time. Oh boy, more spam bots. How do they find me? Hopefully that's not going to throw me off my game. What do we got up next? BC Hyperberry. Another BC Hyperberry. This one has been cut, and it's been encrusting for a while, and you can kind of see that. So it's developing more of the kind of got a little reddish hue at the base. So bright red polyps, really neat coral, and grows pretty fast for me. Definitely grows pretty fast for me. That's a that's in a row of BC hyperberries, but there's the mother colony. Hyperberry reef keeper is under like 200 to 250 par under halides. Another tub's stellata montipora. This is a 1.5 inch tall frag. You know, again, I think this is one if you kind of want to have a piece that will really be a looker in terms of visually standing out. And the tub stellata montipora. I don't think you can beat that bright green with that purple. We have another ACI. No, jumping the gun. Jackson's Rainbow Tenuous frag. This one is 1 inches tall. More of a fresh cut, so you can kind of see the the pinkish correlates that are developing on this. These frags need time to develop the red and the pink correlates. So after they're cut, they need a little time to kind of develop that stuff, that coloration. How's the blue palmer coming along? It's growing fast. I don't know. Could be a few more months, and I'll have frags available. Love the blue palmer, Millie. Another ACI light bright frag. This is a 1 inch tall frag. You can see the mother colony right there. The acid trip, that's going to be a while. I've got that growing out in my 187 gallon, the new rebooted display tank. Jason Fox, Frankie's Kryptonite Acropora. This is an Austera. It's a bright, like a lavender purple Austera coral. That also kind of has some cream coloration in the base. Hard to say in terms of how the growth. I'm just kind of getting some new branches shooting off from the base of the frag. So for me, it's too early to tell in terms of the formation for the acid trip. But I love the kind of like the Aqua SD Rainbow Millie type of frags. This is a Tyree Lime in the Sky, big boy. This one is a 2 inch tall frag. I'm glad I'm allowing you to relax there, Alex. Parade of frags for Alex. What do we got next? Another super chunky Walt Disney frag. This one is how tall is this thing? This is like 1 1/4 inches tall, multi-branch. You know, there's a lot of different colors going on this thing. So you know, Walt Disney is another one that I think is worth the hype. Oh, the blue palmer growth form. Yeah, it's kind of like plating out on me. I don't know if that's a common thing or not. Another ACI dragon fruit, montipora. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but it grows pretty fast for me. I hear you, Alex. Me too. The whole thing with Jake's just kind of rocked my world and a lot of people. It's a seismic thing that has happened to the hobby, and you got to feel for his wife and family. Devastating. Okay. This is another Tyre Red Dragon frag. And when I frag these things, they pretty much hold their coloration. You know, I'll frag it, and you can see that's like bright pink, and it stays bright pink. Doesn't kind of like lose its color. It just really hangs in there. But another solid, brightly colored coral that will catch your eye. Mother colony. This one is another BC hyperberry. Pretty chunky frag of the BC hyperberry. 1 1/4 inches tall or across, I don't know, but it's multi-branched, so you're getting a nice big piece of this thing. Had this coral in my system for a long time. There's the mother at a young age. Up next is a Tyree Blue Matrix. So this one is how tall is the Tyree Blue Matrix? Gotta make sure I got my ducks in a row here. I think that's about 1 1/4 inches. Super blue. Somebody tell me what kind of coral that is. If Alex, you know what kind of coral that is, then I would love to know what that is. There's the mother colony. Very popular coral among my customers. A lot of people like this coral, and why not? How many blue corals do you see out there, right? This is a huge organ blue tort frag. How tall is this thing? This thing's like almost 2 inches tall, 1 3/4 inches. So 20% off. I think you're getting a good price on that thing to get a major chunk of my favorite acro. The bluest acropora out there. Another large TSA Bill Murray frag. Multi-branch. I like multi-branch. I like to have as many multi-branch frags as possible because that's what I like. Oh yeah, I think you're right. Oxymai. That's what the Tyree Blue Matrix is. Thank you. Decanthus reef. Decanthus reef. I'm the worst with pronunciations, if you haven't noticed. Another Jason Fox, Frankie's kryptonite. Acropora, the purple Austera. I don't know if I mentioned it before. Grows really, really well for me. Pretty fast. I got some corals, some frags that just do not really take off at all, like dormant. And I don't think that's too atypical to have something dormant. You can kind of see the greenish hue on the base of the branches of that coral. Pretty neat. Another purple slimer, multi-branch frag, 1 1/4 inches tall. Regal Reefer felt too pompous for my taste. I hear you. Yeah, I always like to know the origin of these screen names. Mine is pretty easy. I love to ski. Thus, Reef Bum. Ski Bum, Reef Bum. Another montipora. I call this the Orange Crush montipora. Just bright orange, and very gentle. I've had this, butt up against other SPS, and it doesn't grow up over the branches, so it doesn't bother the other SPS in the tank. And then, so if you're looking for something to kind of like cover some real estate, fill in some empty spaces, then this bright orange crusting montipora is a good thing to have in your tank. That's a lame shot of the mother colony that I have. It's a lame shot. This is another frag of the Reef Wrap Unknown pink table. And so you can see with this established frag, look how there's another Reef Wrap pink unknown table. I think that was another frag I had earlier on up for sale that was fresh cut. But this is this frag has been healed and encrusting for a long time. And look at the green in the base of that thing. So really neat contrast with that pink tips and purple kind of pinkish coral lights and in a table. You don't see a lot of the green in that shot, but that was kind of an earlier shot of the colony. I haven't offered up a lot of these frags, the Sanjay's Leprechaun's Beard. There's a great story behind this, but I don't have time to tell it. It's a tabling acropora. It grows really fast. It's got the kind of greenish polyps, purple branches. You'll see that more in the shot with the mother colony coming up. Right there, that's a shot under LEDs. So you've got a lot of greenish coloration in the base, purple in the tips. It's a very hairy acro too. Very, the polyps really extend a lot in that frag, and it's tabling. So I like a lot. I just started fragging this, the TSA Fruity Pebbles, a bright red table that you will see more clearly with the mother colony coming up. This is shot under LEDs, and this Top Shelf Aquatics acro is one of my favorite tables that I have now. It looks similar to the PC Superman table in terms of how bright red it is. There's a shot of the Spathulata. Yeah, no, I have the ACI pink Spathulata that I had a couple frags earlier in the live sale. But that's a sick piece too. Got another Larry Jackson purple tick. that originated from Dong. Tricolor. I like anything that has multiple colors, multiple coloration. As you can see from the shot of the mother there. What do we got next here? This is the only frag I have of this orange cap. This is actually a worldwide corals grafted cap, and the frag that I got had a little green in it and a lot of orange. The green never spread, and for me in the Peninsula tank where I have this coral, it's all orange. I'm not even sure it has any more green in it. So, hey, I'm selling it for a very for a price that's reflective of an orange cap. But who knows? Maybe it'll develop the green again. What do we got next? Another Jason Fox homewrecker frag. This is sort of a smaller frag. I don't like to offer up the smaller frags, but how big is this homewrecker frag? It's a how big is it? 3/4 of an inch, but it's pretty sweet, as those of you that have the homewrecker know. Beautiful coral. Freaking spam bots, man, are killing me. Messing up my timing. What do we got here? We got a love this coral. It's a blue table. How often do you see a blue tabling acropora? And if you look closely enough, it's got orangey polyps. So it's it's really cool. It's kind of like a solid baby blue acropora that tables out, and it's I believe it's an old school coral that's been around for a while. There's a picture of the mother colony. Really neat. I cannot all of them laugh out loud. Another Tyree blue matrix. Hoaxamai, right? Yeah, isn't that Alex? Have you ever seen a coral like that? I haven't. That's a unique piece in my view. Picture of the mother colony of the blue matrix. Another pearlberry knockoff table frag. Any yellows coming up? I think the closest thing would be the. Oh yeah, I do actually. I do have something yellow coming up. Sit tight. Greenish yellow. Yeah, that's interesting in terms of like putting these corals under more full spectrum versus these are all under the halides are 20K 400 watt 20K iridiums. This is what Adam from Battle Corals calls a BC Cool No name. I really like this coral a lot. There's a lot going on in this in terms of the coralites, the coloration. How many total corals in this sale? I think I've got 96, Ryan. 96, so we're kind of getting near the end. 10 more to go. 10 more to go. But the BC Cool No Name's got a lot of different things happening with it. Very sick polyp extension, as you can kind of see. There's the mother colony. Oh, thanks, Alex. Yeah, all these pieces, some of these pieces have been fragged for a while. Some of them were fragged like 2 or 3 weeks ago, so they've had plenty of time to heal. Here's kind of a yellowish, greenish coral, the ACI toxic and arachnopora. So yeah, another piece that I got from Chris at ACI, and this freaking thing glows. It grows fast. I think that's the closest thing that I got to something yellow in this sale. Probably more green, depending on what kind of lighting you're using. This is under LEDs, the mother colony. Got another pearlberry knockoff table frag. All right, the last few corals coming up. These are some corals that I haven't had yet in the live sale here. So I've saved a few new pieces for the end of the sale here. So if you stick around, it'll be worth their while. I could have a tank just with all tabling acropora. I think that's such a cool look, you know. Or a tank with just staghorns. It would be kind of neat to have a tank with just one dominant strain of corals. This is the only frag I have in this live sale of the ATL strawberry fields. So you can't see it with this frag, but it's once the frags have time to develop, they develop the strawberry tips on it. Shipping to Europe, yeah, I don't know about that, man. It's that's a tough call. You can see the ATL strawberry fields. That's a table too. That's a table too. Reach out to me about shipping to Europe, but I'm not optimistic about being able to pull that off. Classic, a PC rainbow. Been around the hobby for a very long time, and super bright red. Grows at a good clip for me. You'll see with the mother colony. It's good to have a variety of tastes, I think. And you know, it's that's what's great about this hobby. You can just have your own, your own taste and have your own unique reef tank. Yeah, this is the only red Goniapora frag that I have in the live sale. I think that's like a 2 inches across, but again, it'll depend on how much flow you have in the tank. If less flow, it's going to be bigger. More flow, it's going to be smaller. It's kind of got those blue centers, pretty neat. And those lightish fluorescent tips on it. Picture of the mother. My clownfish just like go from one flower pot coral to the next. They don't have a. They're not loyal to one, let's say. Here's another blue boy table frag. I like to have like blue frags, green frags, red frags, Purple frags. I like the whole palette of colors, and I think it's kind of neat to be able to mix and match to do that, to kind of paint your own picture. But again, this is all about individual taste, and that's a beautiful thing. All right, this is the third and last worldwide corals. Nope, this is another TSA Fruity Pebbles frag. This is a bigger frag than the one I had before that I was showing. This is a 1-inch multi-branch frag, the super red table, and it took me a while to grow this thing out. It took a while to for this thing to start taking off on me, but once it did, it really started going. As you can see, that's a relatively recent shot of it, and it's starting to encroach on the BC Joker 2.0. I like to have those kind of problems. This is a another Worldwide Corals Cookie Monster frag. It's more of a fresh cut, so you can kind of see the I guess you would say lavender tips on it, strawberry type of tips, and you can even see kind of like the lavender polyps that are near the tips. But then you kind of get further down in the coral, and they're greener. But that is bright green. And this is the second Booms Pearlberry frag that I have in the live sale. So even though this is not what I think to be an authentic Pearlberry frag, I do have it in my Peninsula tank, and it stands out. It really is that bright in terms of what you're seeing with the mother colony. Certainly got that pearlescent coloration in the branches. I just don't think the formation of the branches is similar to what I've seen in the Aurora Pearlberry that I've had in years past. All right, the last coral in the live sale is this Walt Disney. This one is a fresh cut, so you can kind of see the difference of that one to the Walt Disney to the left. So that's got some more. This one's got more recent growth tips than the frag to the left, which has been well healed for a while. But I also find that all these Walt Disney frags are extremely hardy and do very well. But like I said earlier, that all these frags have been cut like 2 to 3 weeks ago. So by the time they are going to be shipping out to you folks next week or the week after, whatever works out, they'll be well healed and ready to rock and roll. So yeah, that's the live sale. It you know, listen, like I said at the beginning. Well, let me just get into some stuff in terms of whoever, for you folks that placed orders. I thank you. I thank you very much. I will not be in touch with you tonight. I will be in touch with you tomorrow to arrange for shipping, and I basically will go in the order that I receive the orders in terms of figuring out when to ship. So I try to always get the orders out the week after the live sale. But as I mentioned at the beginning, if you want to add to your order to the orders that you placed today during the live sale, then the remaining frags in the WYSIWYG section of my website will be on sale through Wednesday October 26th. So if you decide that you want to add a frag to the order, then just select the adding to an order option when you're checking out for shipping. Yeah, and you know, if you paid for a shipping module, or if you got charged shipping and then you went over the $350 line to earn free shipping, don't worry about it. I will make good. I will give you the $50 refund. So don't sweat it, and I will figure all that out tomorrow to make you folks whole that need to get refunds. So don't worry about that piece of it. Yeah, and if you have any questions, certainly feel free to reach out to me. You can get to me if you placed an order. Then you can get to me via that order by just replying to the on the contact form. Ryan Seknora, I think I paid twice for shipping, huh? But yeah, trust. Yeah, don't worry about it, Ryan. I'm gonna I'll do you so. I'll make sure that you're not gonna get screwed. Hey, Alex, thanks for joining, man. It's always good kind of seeing you in the chat. I look forward to connecting with you again really soon. God bless to you as well. So yeah, if anybody has any questions, then just yeah, Ryan, you too, man. Have a great weekend, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. So if you have any questions, just reach out to me. If you can't, you can DM me or just reach out to me via the contact form on my website if you have any questions. So yeah, that's going to be a wrap on it. And like I said at the beginning of the show, I think all of our hearts in the reef keeping community are very. We have a lot of heavy hearts here. It's really tough going to get through the news that we learned about a couple of days ago. So I think that we it's tough. It's really tough news. So like I mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, there will be a GoFundMe page for Jake's wife Windsor, and I will put that out wherever, whether it's social media or sharing a post to help kind of spread that word, and I hope you do the same to make sure that we can be as helpful as possible to Jake's wife and the rest of his family. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna sign off. I'll thank everybody for tuning in. This was good tonic for me to do this. Like I said, I think I was seriously considering not doing it, but it just kind of took my mind off of what's been going on the last couple of days. So I appreciate you folks joining me, and it's always good to kind of like just be able to think about reef keeping and what have you. But so be safe and be well, and we will see you